In this lesson, we're going to completely tidy up this dataset ready for analysis in Excel. Because this dataset that I imported in has a few different issues, which is making it look very untidy. And if we try to analyze this with a pivot table or a pivot chart, it wouldn't really make too much sense. So let's run through some of the options we have for cleaning a dataset using the Power Query editor. Now, if I take a look at this data, I can see the first thing here is we have a completely empty column. So column 1, if I scroll down, there's nothing in there. So we can delete this column out. Right click and we have a remove option. Let's select it and it's going to get rid of that column. Nice and simple. Now, the next thing that I can see that's an issue here is that we have the column headings, so product ID, product name, so on and so forth, in the first row of the table as opposed to in the heading row. You can see the heading row currently contains column 2, column 3, column 4, so on and so forth. So I'm going to want to use the first row as the column headings. So let's go to the Transform tab. And notice here in the table group, we have an option, use first row as headers. So yes, that's the one that we want. So let's pull that up and you can see they move up to the top. I can now see that we have a row that contains these little dashes right at the top of our data set. And if I scroll across, I can see that it goes pretty much across the entire table. So we can remove rows by going to the Home tab. In the Reduce Rows group, we have a Remove Rows option, and we can say Remove Top Rows. And this will give us the option as to how many rows from the top we want to remove. So if we had maybe 4 rows that contained dashes in them, we could choose 4. Now we only have 1, so let's select 1, click on OK, and it's going to remove that row. It's already looking tidier. Now, another issue I can see with these column headings is that they're not quite lined up. So you can see here in the third column, we don't actually have a column name. This one should actually be price per item, and this column should be revenue. So we need to kind of shift these across. So the quickest way in this small data set would be to just double click in the heading, and then we can rename this. So let's do price per item. And this one needs to be revenue, and this one needs to be profit. And now we can delete out the obsolete columns at the end. So notice we have 2 extra columns. I can select both of them by holding down Control, right click, remove columns. So things are starting to look a lot neater. Now, what else might I want to do here? Well, I can see I've got some issues going on in the product name column. I've got some spelling errors, so some of these are spelled Wodget instead of widget. I have some weird spacing at the beginning here. And I also have next to each product dash and then a number. Now, this number is actually the quantity that's been sold. So effectively, I would really like these to be in their own column because it's never a good idea to have 2 pieces of information contained within that same column. So we've got a few issues that we need to fix here. Let's start with the simplest, and that is checking our spelling. So let's go to the Home tab, and in the Transform group, we're going to click on Replace Values. So I'm going to look for the word Wodget, and I want to replace it with widget. So this is very similar to a find and replace in Excel. Let's click on OK, and you can see that that's quickly amended those. Now, what about these weird spaces that we have at the front here? You can see some of them are kind of indented compared to others. Well, this is where we can use the trim command. Again, that might be a function that you're used to in Excel in order to remove all of this erroneous spacing. And I always tend to apply trim to all of the columns in my dataset. So let's hold down Shift, click the last column to select everything, and then on the Transform tab, we can go into Format and we have a trim option just here. So let's click it and it's going to trim any weird and erroneous spaces. Now, the next thing I want to do here is I want to split up the product name and the quantity that we have after it. Now, when it comes to splitting a column, we need to tell Power Query at which point we want to split. So you can see here that I have a dash separating the product name from the quantity. So I'm going to use that as my delimiter, and that's where I'm going to split the column. So with this column selected on the Transform tab, we're going to go to Split Column, and I'm going to say by delimiter. Now this is where we can choose what delimiter we're using. So You might have a colon, a comma, an equal sign, so on and so forth. And if you can't see your delimiter in here, if you go to custom, you can then simply type it in. And you can see that it will hold in here the last delimiter that you used, which for me was a dash, and that's the one we want to use now. So let's select it, click on OK, and check it out. It's now split up the product name and the quantity. So we need to rename these column headings. Let's double click, and this is still the product name. So I'm just going to get rid of that .1 on the end. And this is now the quantity. So let's type that in like so. Now, another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do another trim because we split at that dash, which means that there are going to be erroneous spaces at the end of the product name and the beginning of the quantity. Really hard to see, but they will be there. So let's select both these columns. I'm going to go to Format again and just trim those off. And that looks perfect. The final couple of things I might check here is I might check for duplicates. So if we go to the Home tab, and into Remove Rows, we can say Remove Duplicates. Now, I don't think I have any in here, but just to show you how this works, let's go for Remove Duplicates, and it will just remove them if it finds any. And when we say duplicates, we mean exact duplicates where every column is the same. Now, the final thing which I always check here are the data types applied to each column. If you take a look at the first column here where we have product ID, can you see this little icon next to it says ABC? Now, this tells me that Power Query thinks that this column is a text column. If we click on this, you can see we have lots and lots of different data types, and ABC is text. Now, this is actually fine for things like product IDs, because product ID isn't necessarily a number that we're going to need to use in a calculation. It is just a product ID. So a lot of the time, I will just leave these on text. The next column, product name, well, that's marked as text, and that is correct. Quantity, well, this is a number, so let's click it, and we're going to go for whole number. Price per item, again, that's marked as text, but this is currency. Same with revenue, and the same with profit. Now, one thing that always throws people off is that when they import this data back into Excel, they expect to see these three columns where we've applied currency formatting showing with currency symbols in Excel. And you have to remember that data types in Power Query are not the same as number formatting in Excel. So what you'll find is that when you import this in, whilst under the hood it is the correct data type, you still need to reapply your formatting over the top. But there we go. We now have a perfectly clean dataset. And check out all of our applied steps at the side here. It's tracked everything that we've done. So all that's left to do now is import this back into Excel. So if we go up to the Home ribbon, the first group here, Close and Load, we could say Close and Load to, and then we can choose how we want to load this data. Do we want to put it in a table? Do we want to put it directly in a pivot table or a pivot chart? Well, I'm going to put mine in a table. I'm going to put it on the existing worksheet, and we're going to put it on cell A2. Let's click on OK. And there we go. There is our tidy data set, and it's come back into Excel in an Excel table. Notice here that these values don't have currency formatting applied. So if you wanted to, you can go back in, you can apply your currency formatting like so. And I'm going to go to table design because I really don't like this table formatting. Let's go for this one just here. So hopefully there you can see how quick and easy it is to take a data set with lots of issues and use Power Query to completely transform it so that you don't have to mess around with lots of complex Excel formulas.
If you're not a subscriber, click down below to subscribe so you get notified about similar videos we upload. To see the full course that this video came from, click over there. And click over there to see more videos from Simon Says It.